Hi, everyone. My name is Travis. I'm the owner and head web designer of Coyote Moon, a Squarespace web design business for small to medium sized business owners, entrepreneurs, and e commerce sellers. I'm based in Bend, Oregon, where a lot of my clients are Hood River, Portland, and the larger Oregon Pacific Northwest region. My website is coyotemooncreative.com. Okay, so without further ado, I am starting a series of videos where I'm going to peel back the layers of the Squarespace platform. Squarespace is a DIY web hosting, domains, and marketing platform for business owners to manage everything from their domain to their website to their email marketing and everything in between. So, one of the things that is really great about Squarespace is that they constantly are on the bleeding edge of new technology. And what that means for the DIY customer is that you get all of the latest and greatest without paying any additional funds or having to worry about additional security or updates or patchwork that some of the other systems like WordPress have. So, I am going to be highlighting some of the design features of 2023. Some of them are probably from 2021, 2022, but the newer side of features and functionality that really makes Squarespace websites pop. And these are essentially a few design resources and tips to help you as a DIYer, help somebody who's running their own business, or perhaps anybody that's looking to offload some of that work to a web designer like myself, and just really give you a glimpse into the power and customization of the Squarespace platform, and specifically Fluid Engine, which is Squarespace's newest drag and drop editor. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I've got a demo website pulled up here with some demo content on a template that Squarespace designers built. And the first thing that I'm going to be showcasing is the ability to highlight text. So as we see here on the homepage, we've got the word your in take control of your business highlighted. So take control of your business. So they really want to speak to you as the business owner. And I think this is applicable across industries, multiple different ways that you can really showcase these text highlights. But essentially, think of it as a way to highlight any word, any keyword phrase, an entire headline with underlines, circles, and just really cool animations and features to make any given word, letter, or sentence pop. So, what I'm going to do first is hop into the editor. I'm going to highlight the actual word that's underlined, and I'm going to click this little highlight handy feature here. And what that does is it pulls up a bunch of different options for the text highlight. We have the sort of more circular version of the underlined text, the straight text, and I'll change the color here so you can see it a little bit better, and so on and so forth. So let's just make this pop a little bit more, maybe with a little bit brighter of a color. Okay, so now we can really see that pink color pop as a text highlight under the word your. To take it a step further, we can change the thickness. So it defaults to 0.1 EM, but you can change that to anything larger or smaller if you wanted a very thin, minimal thickness, all the way up to 0.5. So you can see you can really change how that text highlight displays on the page. Got a double underline, circle, which is really cool. You can round the caps or have them squared off. Currently they're squared. Now they're round. Bring to front or send to back. Animation, as you saw, the circle sort of animated as you scrolled down the page. Like so. And you can set the duration of that animation. So currently it's set at half a second for the full circle to complete. Let's see what it looks like at 2 seconds. A little bit slower. Change the direction of the actual circle as well. Awesome. So text highlights are a really great way to call out specific keywords, keyword phrases, headings, highlight a specific word to make it pop within a page. So there's numerous ways that that could be applicable. If you are an e-commerce merchant and you're selling t-shirts and you have a sale, you could highlight the word sale, you could capitalize it, you could change the color of one word within a given headline as well. So in addition to having this circular text highlight, you could actually change the color of the word itself. Awesome. So that's text highlights. The next section and the next topic that I want to hit home on is shape blocks. And shape blocks allow you to customize and express yourself a little bit more on the page. Everything from a square to a circle to an octagon and everything in between. So let's take a look and see how that looks. So here you can see that I've actually created a shape block in the background, overlaid it with an image block of a sun, and then added text over the top of that. So let's recreate that. I'm going to add a blank section. I'm going to first add a block, and I'm going to select shape. There, the shape block comes up. By default, it's set as the square. If we click into the configuration of the shape block, we can find a circle. I'm going to use the circle. It's currently set at stretch. I'm going to uncheck that. I'm going to set the color to yellow. I'm going to increase the size by dragging these handles. Another cool tip for using Fluid Engine, which is the new drag and drop editor, is if while you're in edit mode on any given page, you press the keyboard letter G, it will actually pull up a grid. So G stands for grid. Press G again, it disappears. And that really gets to show you exactly where each block is placed within that grid. Okay, so I'm going to expand this a little. And let's see. I'm going to add, okay, so going back to the shape block. For the selection options for the shape block, I've selected the circle, but you can select a triangle and all these different shapes. This one's kind of cool. So there's about 20 different shape options. And you can see as you expand them and stretch them, it will change the size and the shape of the shape block. So let's go back to the circle, leave the stretch unchecked, leave the color as this cool sun yellow. You can add blend modes to lighten or darken as you see fit. Color dodge, but for now we're going to leave it as normal. If you want to add a stroke to the shape block, that will add a line around the shape, and you can add a solid line or a dotted line. And the solid line, you can actually change the thickness there as well. So small, medium, or large. If you click the three dots, it will allow you to control precisely the pixel weight of that line. So that's a pretty cool feature. Now, if you want to add a drop shadow, which is a cool function as well, you can now see the drop shadow added. You can change the angle of the drop shadow, the width in pixels, the distance from the shadow to the edge of the shape. You can add a blur. So let's go ahead and leave that blur. And let's change the thickness of that stroke color just a bit. So now it sort of looks like we've got this blurred sun in the background. Now the next step is I'm going to add an image block. And the image block is going to be sort of a retro looking sun that I'm going to overlay on top of this shape block. So let's go ahead and do that. To add an image block as an overlay, click the Add Block, select the image, click the plus icon within the image, and either upload your file, which pulls directly from your local computer, or select from your library. I'm going to select from my library since I've already added this retro sun. Awesome. So the next step is just dragging this retro sun over the block. And we can click Fill to expand the container space as an overlay on top of that shape block. Awesome. That's looking really good. So the next step is, since I'm trying to call out memberships and it's summertime, I might want to add a nice little heading about summer being here. So let's go ahead and add a block and select the text block and drag that text block over top both the shape and the image, and type in "summer is here." Highlight the text, center it. You can change the size within the text block editor. You can change the color within the text block editor. You can add it over top. You can send to back or move to front. So there's a lot of really cool functionality here. So there you have it. It's a way to really express and customize how shapes appear. As you've seen within my demonstration, you can control the color of the shape block. You can add a stroke. You can add a dotted or a solid line stroke. You can add a drop shadow. You can add blur. You can control the amount of blur. You can bring items to the front or send them to back. And as a web designer, it's a really awesome way to express my creativity and my designs for my clients. Okay, so for the next section, I'm going to quickly move on to describing what Squarespace calls as section dividers. So let's go ahead and exit out of what we just created and showcase a section divider. So if we click Edit and we hover over any given section, and I'll back up one step and explain what a section is. A section in Squarespace speak is how you create different sections on a page. So for example, this would be considered sort of the hero image headline area. Typically what follows is an about section, a social proof section, a call to action section, a contact us section, a location with a map section, so on and so forth, just depending on what type of business you have and what your needs are. So we're looking at a specific section on a page, and you're able to add section dividers to any section. So I'll show you how to do that. So clicking into edit mode, edit section, we've got this format settings, and you're not going to see it straight away. So you got to scroll all the way to the bottom to see the divider section. When we click the divider section, wow, we've got a nice, beautiful flowing section at the bottom here, section divider at the bottom here of our section. Now, what if we want to change that? What if we want to change the weight of that stroke? We can do that by selecting the thickness. You can take it as big or as small as you would like. And again, just like the shape block, you can either use it as a solid line or a dotted line. You can change the color. And I think this is just a really beautiful way to use the native features and tools that are baked into every Squarespace website and really showcase your creativity without anybody knowing that you're not using custom code. This is all native within the editor, a cloud-based system, allowing you as a DIYer, me as a web designer, to really take it as far as you want with your design and creativity. Now I want to showcase to you the different styles of dividers. So if we click on this little randomizer button, it will just choose different options for us. That's kind of a cool one. Sort of a lightning bolt effect. Super cool, super modern. Now let's go into this lightning bolt selection here. These are preset. So if we wanted to change the width, more zigzags, less zigzags, so on and so forth. We can change the height. We can flip the direction with which that divider starts and ends. And we can change the alignment. So you can really sort of fine tune how that divider displays on the page. So a lot of really cool options here, you guys. Again, Squarespace, Fluid Engine, Squarespace 7.1, this new drag and drop editor, and all these awesome design features that they're adding on a rolling basis is super impactful for my business and also for you as the end customer. So I hope that you can take this time to play around with your own site. Maybe you're in trial, maybe you have a paid site, maybe you're looking for somebody with an expert keen eye. I have 8 years of experience as a web designer and a Squarespace employee. So I'm always happy to answer your guys' question within the comments section. You can email me at travis@coyotemooncreative.com. And I would just love to chat. I'm always open to offering free advice, offering a lending hand to help grow your business online. Okay, so we talked a little bit about shape blocks. We showed how to overlay different elements on the shape block to create some really bespoke designs. Next, we just showcased you the divider strokes within sections to divide up different sections on your home page, about page, services page, etc. Now, the final thing that I want to showcase for you guys today is save sections. Save sections for a web designer is a lifesaver. Basically, as I mentioned earlier, each of these pages is made up of a section, right? We can see this section. As we scroll down, we see another section, right? So on and so forth. Now, what happens when we click this little heart icon? Boom, it's saved. What that means is that I can go to my save sections the next time I'm building a page, and I can just repurpose this exact section because it was saved. I'll show you how that looks. So if we were to build a brand new page, let's say, for example, we're just using a blank page and we're titling it services. Now, if we want to add a specific element to the page, we can add a section. And here's where you can choose from pre-made templates that, again, the Squarespace designers have created for you. So a lot of different entry points to creating a page. Either use all of these different sections, use the menu on the left-hand side to really zero in on what it is you're looking for within each section. So if you're working on an introductory page, a contact page, they've got like anywhere from 5 to 10 different layouts for any given type of page. But going back to the Save Sections. Click on Save Sections, and now I can just easily and instantly add a save section that I created on another page. So it saves you tons of time, tons of edits. It allows you to really duplicate the exact settings. So the fonts, the weights, the color, the palette, how images are displayed within the page, the look, the feel, all that good stuff can be captured, saved, and duplicated and repurposed. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this first in my series of videos, and I'm looking forward to continue sharing my knowledge about the Squarespace system. See you next time.